Alright everyone, so today we are back on shoulders and thoracic mobility, so a little bit of rotational work, trying to get those shoulder blades moving and just you generally feeling a bit better. I'm going to start off with a nice easy variation of a common one. So we've done this before, it's a little cat-cow, so when you drop and collapse the shoulder blades, let your back bend and then push up as high as you can for the shoulder blades. So it's quite common, it's done a lot in yoga and various different things. What I want to try and focus on for this one is as we push up, we're going to try and roll the shoulder blades at the same time. So we're not just going up and down, we're going to try and actively do circles. So over exaggerate the range of motion that the shoulder blades have in this position. So we go forwards and backwards. Got some clicking and popping going on. So you can go for about 10 to 20 each direction, twice through. Try and move your spine and your shoulder blades at the same time. Over exaggerating that push, I'm really pressing the ground as hard as I can to get that elevation through my shoulder blades. And then as I roll back down, I'm driving my chest down the floor and trying to get my shoulder blades nipped together as tight as I can, arch my back on the way up, and drive back up. We're just trying to get them moving. The shoulder blades should flow quite nicely across your back. A lot of time, because of a movement that we do day to day, we end up getting quite stiff and they get quite sticky. So we lose that movement. When we go to do stuff that's overhead or rotational, we simply can't because it's not sliding in the way that it should. So dead easy, just a nice little bit of play work to try and get them flowing a bit. Second one is quite nice and it should give you a little bit of insight into the differences between your left and right side in terms of thoracic mobility. So we'll come down to our knees. If you want, you can turn your feet outside on, or you can just leave them flat. I don't think it matters too much. Then we're going to put our forearms on the floor, knees quite wide. All we're going to do from here is keep one arm still, lift the opposite arm up, and rotate as far as we can. We're trying to get to halfway or past, alright? Come back down, that's where it gets a bit interesting. Go the opposite way, and that's where I'm getting stuck. So this right side's where I've got all my injuries, and I'm really having to drive to try and get it to match halfway. So I haven't moved in 2-3 days now, had a bit of rest, and because I haven't done as much movement, that range has already started to lock up and get much stiffer. So before I do any training, I'm going to have to spend a bit of time trying to rebalance that out. So it's dead easy to just work on that rotation, but it gives you an insight between your left and right side. Now, so snatches, lifts, or any work like that, if that side's much tighter and not moving as smoothly, it means you haven't got the ability to recover or pull evenly. So just have a little go, and then from there you can either do reps on each side or do a full thing for time. So alternate between your left and right, just coming up, big twist, right through, pause 3 to 5 seconds, back down, and go the opposite side, right up, big twist, focus on your breathing, try and stay relaxed, back down. I'd say for about 8 to 12 reps, twice through, and it should feel pretty good. Next, a little bit of strength work. For this strength work this week, you are going to need a band. It's going to be difficult to replicate without, but you could probably use light weights instead. Cans of beans if needs be, or 2 light dumbbells. So what we do is come up standing. From there, we try and keep your feet together, bum nice and tight, abs locked in as if you're doing a hollow body or your dish shape. And I'm just going to lift the arms up and work on pulling back as far as we can. As we pull back, what we don't want to do is have the chest bend and arse stick out. We want to keep that shape locked in nice and tight. With the arms, we're trying to externally rotate as far as possible, so we don't want them to creep in. So I try and tell people is imagine you're twisting the inside of your elbow up towards the ceiling. So I lift up from there, get that twist, keep the shoulders down, abs locked in, and then pull back. From there, we're not going to do reps, what we're going to do is circles. So he's going to hold it here and do 50 or 20 circles in each direction. Alright? Keeping the shoulders down, don't let them creep up, don't start bending and lifting that back out. If you need to, keep resetting the twist. I'm just going to do both circles each direction. It should start to burn in your rotator cuff quite a bit. From there, the second one is you're going to hold the bottom of the band with one hand and top with the other. Now what we're going to do from here is again keep that twist and bring the arm up and out on a Y angle. So it's similar to the ones that we did a few weeks ago, on the floor, but this time we're just trying to work on keeping the shape as we stay stacked. So we don't want to, as we pull up, start bending the back to make it easier to get overhead. We're trying to focus on pulling back through the shoulder blade, keeping the shape locked in, and work on building that range of motion and the strength at the same time. Alright, so have a go guys, I hope you enjoy, and let me know how it goes.